Now, ultimately, anything that we can do to increase our body awareness and our body intelligence is going to massively help us improve the efficiency and the smoothness of our roll. One of the main attributes is this idea that our hands are frames and that our flinch reflex wants to go and to touch the ground. And so by leaning on the wall, we can begin at a lower weight, at a lower level of load, to begin feeling what that chain of tension feels like through the sort of circuit of our arms and our shoulders. And from that position, we can do what I term functionalize the flinch, which is the idea of going from fingers to the cushions of the palms. From the cushions of the palms, pushing away from one side or the other, and beginning to rotate around the bone of the wrist, taking that thumb out of the equation so that it's not getting jammed. The thumb in many ways is like a kickstand on a bike or on a motorcycle. It can hold up that entire hand, but it can also prevent that rotation. So I rotate it around, and immediately from that wrist I begin to explore the arm. Now we're going to see there are many facets in the arm. Many times people just think of going from the hand to the shoulder, and in doing that it becomes almost like a hit where they smash the head of the humerus or the tendons in the shoulder. I want to rotate from the wrist and then see how much of my wrist I can feel, as if I was grinding my wristwatch on the wall. And then from there I can migrate to the mid forearm. To do that, I need to have flexion. So I can play with that kind of a robot action with the arm, that kind of scarecrowing of the arm. I rotate to mid, right? And I can explore that rotation here, just as we would in our ground rotations. And then from that loosening of the arm, I start to be able to make contact with the radial muscle area, upper forearm, right near the flexion of the outside of the elbow. And then from there, my shoulder can touch. So again, I can play that on both sides, loosening the arm. I can also, if I see I'm very stuck and I can't reach, I can begin working my rotations in my shoulder. I can work my rotations in any plane in my chest, and I start to see what's required to make contact with the shoulder and the forearm at the same time. And I start to work that very, very slowly. Likewise, I can feel that circuit and start to look at the affectation it has on my neck. How can I rotate the neck from side to side? How can I move it? And then ultimately, how can I rotate inside? And so this type of emotion can be done with increasing amounts of weight. It can be done with decreasing amounts of space. I can push up the balls of my feet into my arms and then begin to roll. What's very important here is that I'm learning to grow my comfort with the tension in my arms, to functionalize that flinch, and in effect, to begin preparation for the roll.